Plaintiff Robin Harrison says she was good friends with the defendant. But over the years, she realized the defendant was not a good friend to her. Robin claims after the defendant stole a gold coin from her, they lost touch. But Robin's suing because when she recently stopped by to say hi, the defendant's dog bit her. Defendant Mary Kent says when she met Robin, she was homeless, and they did become good friends. However, Mary claims this entire incident with the dog is made up because Robin hasn't stepped foot in her home for 2 years. Mary's countersuing for the balance due on a loan and emotional distress.
Start with you.
I met Mary about 15 years ago, and we were good friends. And throughout the years, I realized that she wasn't a good friend to me. A couple of years ago, she took a gold coin of mine and took the gold coin and told me to go check on her husband. And when I was checking on her husband, she took the gold coin and she left in her car. I tried to get a hold of her the very next day. I tried that night, the very next day, and I couldn't get a hold of her for about 2 weeks. And finally, when I did get a hold of her, she said that the coin was lost in her room, and as soon as she found it, she would give it back. And I knew she was lying.
Never found it, never gave it back.
No.
What else? That's it?
That's
the
it.
only
I
incident
ended
in all those years?
I ended our friendship right then and there.
Oh, okay. And when was that?
It was a couple of years ago, about 2012.
All right. You want to give me some background?
Yes, sir. I've known Robin Harrison for about 15 years. We met through mutual friends. She was homeless, although she had enough income. She was referred to as a black widow. She had about 4 husbands, all of whom died, and she collected income from 3 out of that 4, along with working under, over the, whatever. She hustled for her money. You know, she's got a lot of habits to support over on her end. And I didn't see this coming.
Did you break your friendship up in 2012?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We went to a casino just, I think it was about maybe 3.5 years ago. Whereas I lent her some money, and then
that's 12. That's 2012.
No, I mean, no. That wait, I've said since then. But since then,
that's what I need to know. When?
No, that coin incident she's talking about was way before that. That was like,
okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
She says it was 12. When
No,
was the coin incident?
No, that coin incident was 10.
Was it or not?
No, it was back in 2012.
In what month of 2012 did you all stop, if you can remember?
I can't
Summer,
remember.
spring, winter?
It was around springtime.
All right, around spring of 2012, you all stopped communicating.
Yes.
All right. And you say you communicated how long ago, ma'am?
Well,
as
she
friends, as friends.
She made a payment to me on the loan about a little more than a year ago.
And you all were still friends and seeing each other?
We don't have much in common, and I stay at home.
So that answer is no?
No, sir.
All right, so it's like she says, you all haven't bothered each other since 2012. All right, what are you suing her for? What happened?
I'm suing for $2,127 for medical bills.
What occurred?
What occurred was I hadn't talked to her for a couple of years, or back since 2012, and I was in the area with a friend, called her up and I said, can I come by and say hi to you and your husband? And she said, sure. So when I got there, she had her dog, holding him by the leash, you know, in the living room, and when I turned around to walk into the room, the dog came up from behind and bit me in my right leg.
Okay, and then what happened?
My back of my thigh. And so I ran into the back because the dog scared me. And I told her, I said, your dog bit me. And she said, no, the dog didn't bite you. And I said, yes, it did. So at that time we were in her kitchen and I pulled down my pants to show her. And she said, don't make such a big deal of it. Don't make such a big deal of it. The dog has bitten 24 other people before.
Oh.
So at that time,
tell her that?
Sorry, that's a lie.
Okay, go ahead.
at that time, I had called the friend that dropped me off and I said, please come pick me up. Pick me up from the house because I was scared to death. And I went out into her front and waited for the friend to come get me. Okay, the next day I went to the hospital, or I called her up the next day first because I was feeling sick. And I asked her, did your dog have rabies shots? And she said, don't make a big deal of it. So I went to the emergency room. They gave me a tetanus shot. They They cleaned up the wound, and they told me to go see my regular physician as soon as I could, which I did.
You have the bill? The
Yes, I
medical
do.
bill and the treatment? All right. All right, ma'am, let me hear from you.
Robin has not been in my house for almost 2 years. Okay, where this came from is, I guess, a quick come up. She needs some money.
You're lying. You know.
I am not
Hold on,
lying.
ma'am. You're saying
Excuse me,
she's
don't
making
interrupt.
this entire thing
Pardon me?
up?
Yes, yes, she's making the entire thing up. And I have right here the date.
Hold
She
on.
got-
Why do you think she's doing that?
For money. She knows that the postman tried to sue us, and he got $1,900 because my dog did bite the postman.
I didn't know that.
He was 22.
I did not know that. I did
number
not know
22.
that. Yeah.
When did that happen?
That happened about 2 years ago.
How do you think she found out if you all weren't talking?
We have mutual friends.
Okay. And what is it you wanted to show me? You were referring to something?
Yes. First, she says that this incident happened on the 7th, and that's on to her lawyer that she.
It's on the 9th.
Excuse me.
Let her finish, ma'am. I'll let you
Okay.
New
speak
date.
again. Go ahead.
Okay, and then the report that she didn't send in until February. If this happened in November, that's a long time for her not to send something in saying she was bit. And the latest,
What are you referring to there? Hand it to me as you refer to it.
they're highlighted. And then now today it's the 9th, and the animal control officer gave me my dog back due to the inconsistencies. Where's my glasses? He was impounded for 10 days, but due to the inconsistencies and when and where the bite occurred and the injuries, I'm suspending the case unless further evidence comes forward. She stated she was bit on the right leg. Everywhere else she says the left leg, and then she says twice. It's fictitious. She can't get her story straight. She just wants some money, and that's why we're here.
Stay tuned. The verdict next. And coming up on Judge Mathis.
He works at a nightclub where he sells drugs at also. Yeah,
type of drugs?
Molly, weed, and I don't know what else.
Go ahead.
You asked me something else before that.
I was asking, you've been buying that weed from him. You didn't forgot.
She the one selling it.
Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Judge Greg Mathis.
Yes, she's making the entire thing up. And I have right here the date.
Hold
She
on.
got- okay.
Why do you think she's doing that?
For money. She knows that the postman tried to sue us, and he got $1,900 because my dog did bite the postman.
I didn't
okay?
know that.
He was 22.
I did not know that.
He's
I did
number
not
22.
know that.
Plaintiff Robin Harrison is suing her former friend because she claims the defendant's dog bit her. But the defendant insists the entire story is made up because Robin is trying to make a quick buck.
What else you have over there?
Right
This
here.
sounds very odd,
That
ma'am.
nut.
She
It
would
is. It's
pick
bizarre.
you out and just decide to come and sue you. And you're saying it's perhaps because she heard that someone else had been successful in suing about the dog. Okay, they did suspend it, ma'am,
Yeah, the
because of
reason-
your inconsistencies, they say.
The reason why is I reported it to the hospital the day that I went in, and they never did report it to animal control. So that's why it took till February for me to report it. And the reason why they're suspending it is because the wound had healed by then. So there was no way that he could try, because the dog, they would have laid the dog down.
What else do you have, ma'am? You have any other
I have
evidence over there?
I have pictures, and I have the animal control report here. And I have a witness, my witness that dropped me off at her house that day and then picked me up 20 minutes later.
These are pictures.
Yeah, and picked me up 20 minutes later with the dog bite in the back of my right leg, or my thigh. And here's the witness.
The report says that she said she was bitten by an unknown dog while walking down the street.
No, I
That
didn't.
conflicts with everything she says conflicts, and
I
I don't want to
told-
be your next victim.
Okay, I told that hospital that I was bitten on Santa Rita Road, but I did not know the address. I didn't know her address at the time, and that's what I told them, and that's what happened. We both know that dog.
No,
bit me.
you know what?
We both know, and I believe that she let the dog go on purpose.
All right, let me read what you told the doctor, ma'am. So you complained of pain to the right thigh
Yes.
for 2 days with bruising and swelling after a dog bite.
Right.
You told them that the dog was unknown to you. You said you were walking down the street and the dog ran up behind you and bit you. Then on the animal control report, as she says, you also told them, dog unknown to you.
I didn't know the
Did you
dog.
were walking down the street and the dog attacked you from behind. When on the other hand, you say that you were in their house.
I was.
You referred to the dog in one of the reports as Kent was holding Poochie.
That's the dog.
Pardon me?
That's the dog.
So
I've
you
never-
knew the dog
I didn't know
once
the
on
dog.
one report, then you told two other agencies that you didn't know the dog. You told your doctor you didn't know. These are two different reports. You told your doctor you didn't know the dog and that you were just walking up and down the street. And then you told animal control that you did not know the dog and you were walking up and down the street. And so that's when they researched it and saw that there were inconsistencies. And I'm not calling them inconsistencies. I'm calling them a lie. And that's what it was. Ma'am, this woman's dog has done nothing to you.
Yes, it
You've
did.
done nothing. You've lied to two different
No, I didn't
agencies,
know the
ma'am.
dog.
You told two different agencies. You told the hospital. They've caught you and I've caught you, ma'am. And what loan and emotional distress, ma'am?
The emotional distress is from when my dog was taken and impounded for 10 days. We're like this, and they didn't charge me for it, but she's suing me, so I wanted
Your
to slap
claim
it
is
back.
dismissed. Yours is granted for the emotional distress and the loan. Have a
you.
good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Your dog
Hey, excuse me.
bit me.
My dog did not bite you. Whatever bit you, like the rooster that chased you into my house that I had to ward off with a, you know what? Psst, the animals don't like you, and there's a reason why.
London.
People don't either, and I'm one of them.
And we both know it.